The Guam Department of Education is the latest GovGuam agency to go before the senators at the Guam Congress building, making the case for their budget request for fiscal year 2024. Guam DOE putting in an ask for $294 million. A glimpse into the department's request breakdown shows that personnel makes up the largest cost category, as vacant positions and utilities rank in at $14.2 million and $22.5 million, respectively. GDOE Deputy Superintendent of Finance and Administrative Services, Frank Cooper-Nurse.
We're asking for 294 this year. It's critical to note that 85% of that will be personnel. And right now I'm carrying 210 into the year, absent the 22%. So give me about 217 and I can pay my people. Give me anything more, add 22.5 and we can keep the power and the water running for the schools. That's, again, considering that we have some federal leverage to support the contractuals for this year, and then we'll get the CIP moving with the ARP.
But with an appropriation of $232 million for the current fiscal year and upwards of $600 million in federal support, senators were left questioning Guam DOE's progress in tackling an array of issues with all those funds at their disposal.
I'm going to just say this point blank. I may be wrong. Nothing moved to fix any of the $100 million deferred. And that could have fixed quite a few schools, where even when the typhoon came and there was any damage, FEMA would have reimbursed you 100%, because why? Federal money was fixing it. Local money was mixing it. FEMA would come and says, you know what? We need to harden your infrastructure.
The Appropriations Oversight Chair further scrutinizing GDOE's traction in filling job vacancies and underutilizing renewable energy to offset utility costs.
You got the 2023 funding. And if you didn't spend it and you didn't hire people, then that's just money sitting. And as other agencies are struggling and hoping to get funding from this body, we're going to say, let's give you $14.2 million. I think that's what you guys did for the vacancies. To do what? Let it sit longer.
But in response to the senator's concerns, Cooper-Nurse seeking to clear up Guam DOE's perceived lack of effort in addressing issues with already available funds.
I understand the frustration when we get into the media and we're failing on our school inspections and we're going through these processes in our facilities. I'm not going to make any excuses. Have to be up to par. We have to get those passed. But again, it's not from a lack of effort. We are doing our best with the funds provided. We're moving these things through the process.
Cooper-Nurse says $110 million in American Rescue Plan funds have been reprogrammed for capital improvement. This in addition to the money from the Education Stabilization Fund to support facilities and maintenance. He adds that over the last year, 81 vacant positions have been filled, primarily for teachers and school aides. As for the $20 million the legislature set aside for the department to address facilities and maintenance repairs, Cooper-Nurse telling senators GDOE is in communication with the governor's office and the Bureau of Budget and Management Research.
Upon the emergency of the typhoon, those funds were recalled to make sure that there was seed money for the governor in terms of acting and having an emergency response for the government as a whole. So we learned as we try to get using some of that money for some of the immediate responses to address some of the concerns from the typhoon, such as mold remediation, down fencing, some water damage at our schools, that those fundings were not made available at this point in time. So
whether or not Guam DOE's budget request will be fulfilled now lies in the hands of lawmakers.